Right guys, this video is nothing to do with woodworking, DIY, tool reviews or anything like that. It's a quick impromptu video. I want to talk about a situation I found myself in recently. I want to say that even if I could monetize this video, I'm not planning on monetizing it. Even if I could, I'm not doing it for views. I don't want sympathy. The main reason I'm doing this video is to raise awareness. So at the end of the day, even if one single person watches this video and takes any of the advice that I'm going to give at the end of the video, then this video has been worth it. So I just want to say I'm not going to do millions of takes. There might be pauses while I'm trying to work out what to say. I'm not editing it. I'm just going to put it up raw, and however it comes out is however it comes out. Also, if you're easily shocked or of a young age, then this video might not be suitable. So take all the precautions necessary. So I'll start at the beginning. So I was in the workshop on Friday, just gone, and just getting to the end of the last video, which I uploaded on Sunday, when all of a sudden my stepson came storming into the workshop, couldn't speak properly, was like, "Dave, Mum," knew something was up. I instantly stopped what I was doing, legged it out the workshop and into the house, yanked my camera and tripod off the workbench because I forgot I was hooked up to the lavalier mic. Went in the living room and was confronted by my wife slumped back on the settee having some sort of seizure. Now, she's never ever had seizures before. She's not epileptic. And if I was to say my heart and stomach dropped out my backside, that's an understatement, because sheer panic, scared, doesn't even describe how I was feeling. So instantly I screamed at my stepson to ring 999, which he did straight away, and was speaking to the person on the other end of the phone, who instantly started asking all the usual questions, told us to get her off the sofa, lay her on her back, tilt her head back. By this time she's kind of stopped fitting, but she's just, her eyes are open. She's laying motionless on the living room floor. And I've got like 1,000,001 things going through my mind at the time. And I'm trying to answer all of her questions. And because I had the phone on speakerphone, she could hear my wife struggling to breathe, or so I thought she was struggling to breathe. And she turned around and said, "Is that your wife? I can hear breathing." And I was like, "Yep." And straight away she was like, "It's agonal breathing, you need to start chest compressions." And I turned around and said, "But she's got a pulse and she's breathing." And she said, "It's agonal breathing. You need to listen to me. You need to do exactly what I say." She explained how to put my hands together, how to do it. I kind of had a basic idea because about 5-6 years ago I actually done a 3-day first aid course. But I still had to kind of confirm that the place I thought was the correct place. And I started chest compressions. At this time she's still completely grey. There's horrible bloody type liquid coming out of her mouth. My whole world just stopped. Stepson was just up and down and out the house and back in and didn't know what to do. All of a sudden, while I was doing the chest compressions, she just kind of moved her arms and was trying to push me off, and I said to the woman on the phone that she's trying to push me off, and the woman turned around and said, she's trying to push you off, she's moving her arms. Okay, that's great, she's responsive, you can stop the chest compressions. And at that point, the first paramedic turned up. So by now she's kind of fighting. Me and my stepson and the paramedic were all trying to kind of keep her still, and she was looking right through us. She had her eyes open. Her face just looked colourless, and he was trying to do what he needed to do, and she was kind of just fighting, kicking out. Then eventually a couple more paramedics turned up, and they managed to kind of get her drugs and things and do what they needed to do right there and then, and took her out, put her on a stretcher and got her in the ambulance. And then they were just asking me certain questions and doing whatever they needed to do. And at first she was kind of struggling, she weren't responding, her eyes were open but the lights were on and no one was home. And by the time they'd actually finished doing their tests, she was talking, didn't know what the hell was going on. And once they'd kind of done what they needed to do, they took her to the hospital. Due to all this rubbish that's going on, you know what I mean, I'm not going to even say the word, I wasn't allowed to go, so that weren't good. And then it was just basically a waiting game. And in the early hours of the morning, I finally had a call from the doctor, and their first initial thoughts was she had cysts on the brain, but not to panic. She is talking, she's responsive, she's fine. And lots of people have cysts apparently, and some don't even know they've got it, and they go through their entire life not knowing. People also develop cysts in the brain before they're even born. Didn't stop me from panicking though. So now it is 20 to 9 on Monday the 24th of January. She's still in hospital. She's had umpteen million scans and x-rays, and they're still kind of doing tests and eliminating things and all that. She is up, she's moving about, and hopefully, fingers crossed, she's going to make a recovery. She's showing all the right signs. So obviously she's still in hospital. Not sure when she's coming out. So you're probably wondering why I'm actually making this video. Well, like I've said, I'm not monetizing it. Even if I could, I probably can't because of what I'm talking about. But I wouldn't anyway. I'm not doing it for views. I don't care about that. I don't want sympathy or anything like that. The main reason I am doing this is because social media, whether it be Facebook, Instagram or YouTube or whatever, is a great way of spreading the word and getting stuff out there, making people aware. So the main point of this video is basically to raise awareness of how important it is to know basic first aid. Because at the time, when I was with all my work colleagues and that, we were all laughing and joking about it, saying, oh, if you were involved in an accident on the way back, do you reckon you could step in, do CPR? And we were all saying, yeah, like hell, and joking about it. But finding myself in that position is the worst position and the worst feelings I've ever felt in my life. And as soon as I was told to do chest compressions, I knew exactly how to position my hands. I knew where to do it, and I checked. And the other thing I remembered, because when I first started, I thought I'm not doing this hard enough, and I remembered what the instructor had told me on the first aid course when I was doing it on the dummy, that I wasn't doing it hard enough. And don't be frightened of hurting people, because it's better to hurt someone and break their ribs even than not do it hard enough. And I just went to town and done what I had to do until she kind of started fighting, and I was told to stop. And people have said to me that you've saved her life, and I still don't feel like that. But maybe I did. But I just wanted to spread some awareness, because like a lot of people probably do, you kind of go through life and you take things for granted, and you never think you're going to find yourself in a situation like that until you find yourself in a situation like that. And like just not knowing what to do at first is like the most difficult situation I've ever found myself in. And if anything actually happened to my wife, I don't know what I'd do. But thank God, I kind of, little parts of the first aid course came back, and I'd done what they told me to do, checked just to make sure I was right and doing it in the right place. So if anyone out there watching this video now has maybe considered doing a first aid course and put it off for whatever reason, my advice to you is do it. Because even if you don't think you're going to remember it, can't even talk, even if you don't think you're going to remember it, when it's needed, you'll be surprised what you can remember. So I will leave links in the video description. There's a couple of apps, one for infants and babies, and in the app it goes through all the different medical problems, and you can click on each problem, whether it be choking, or they just stop breathing, or they cut themselves, or whatever. Click on it and it goes into detail about what to check, how to do it. Now, I'm not saying that if you find yourself in a medical emergency that you're going to think about getting your phone out, clicking which one and all that. That's not what I'm saying. But if you've got a spare few minutes here and there, just click on it, have a read, because one day you might actually remember something you've read and it could get you out of a horrible situation. There's also an adult app for all the different things like seizures, cardiac arrest, unresponsive and breathing, unresponsive and not breathing. I will leave links to both apps. There are others on there, but I'll put links to the ones that I've now downloaded. The Red Cross and probably other organisations do offer free first aid courses. The Red Cross was the one I was actually reading up on, and they do a 4-hour free course for infants and babies and a 4-hour free course for adults. So, like I say, take this however you want. don't go through life thinking that you're never going to find yourself in that position, because I was the same. Go through life. I've spoken about it on many occasions, wondering whether I would know what to do or whether I would step in if someone was having a medical emergency, and I was uncertain whether I would. And now I've actually found myself in the worst possible situation. Thank God she's going to be all right, and fingers crossed everything is fine. I'm even thinking of doing a refresher. I'm going to try and get the wife to do one as well. But the reason for this video is to just get the word out there, and if you've got the time, at least download the apps, have a look at them, read through. But if you can, it's worth doing a free 4 hour. I mean, you're talking about 4 hours of your life. You haven't got to pay anything. All it costs is 4 hours of your time. And you never know, it might just save someone's life. So, at the moment, I'm not sure when she's going to be coming home. Hopefully within the next day or two. But obviously, with things the way they are, I'm kind of a little bit paranoid to leave her and come in the workshop or whatever. So I will be back. I've got some other new stuff for the workshop, but I haven't even checked to make sure it's all in one piece yet. Don't plan on doing that either. In fact, I was kind of excited for the latest purchase to turn up, and then when I got the email saying it was being delivered that day, I kind of just wished I hadn't have bought it, because, I don't know, it just didn't seem right, but obviously I wasn't aware that this was going to happen. So yeah, my wife's they're still doing checks and that. They've ruled out anything super bad, which is good, and luckily I kind of done what I could. I think I'm going to be traumatised by that for evermore, but yeah, I'm rabbiting on now, so I'll shut up. Thanks for watching the video, if you have actually watched it this far. Like I say, I'll leave links for the apps and the Red Cross, where it talks about free first aid courses. And even if one person takes the advice and maybe downloads the apps and has a read through some of them, or maybe even books a course, if you've been kind of debating it but putting it off, maybe listening to my story might make you think. You never know. So even if that's just one person that benefits and actually listens to the advice, then this video was worth making. So I'm going to shut up now. Like always, thanks for watching. Not sure when the next video will be, but I will be back. Hopefully not too distant future, but obviously things are up in the air at the moment, so please just bear with me. Hopefully my wife will stay the same and get to the bottom of it, what caused it, and she'll be back home and bossing me about in no time, because the house just ain't the same without her. I hate it. So that's it. I'm not going to talk anymore. So take this however you want. And until the next video, stay safe. And you'll see me in the next video. Cheers for watching, guys.